on me. Shine the lights on me, bitch. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me. Shine the lights on me, bitch.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Raw and Uncut here in the beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, out here in Vinoy Park. Nappy, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling cold.
That wind blowing,
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
can tell, my dog hat just fell off, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all good. It's all good. Man, Nappy, you've been in the game as an entrepreneur for a long time, man. So just tell me a little bit, man. How did it all get started?
All right, so you want me to start in the beginning, before I became an entrepreneur, or why I became an entrepreneur, or start as I became an entrepreneur?
You know, let's take it back to like the little kid days. You know, whenever you first got that first glimpse of, man, I think like this is what I want to do. I don't want to take the, the traditional route, the 9-to-5 route. You know, you wanted to go off and just do your own thing.
Right. Well, that probably started around like third grade. You know what I'm saying?
Third grade, okay.
Yeah, it started around like third grade. The reason it started in church. You know what I'm saying? So At first we went to like a little family church. We moved around a lot, but when we was in North Carolina, I stayed between North Carolina and Georgia as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So the time that we was in North Carolina, we went to a family church. And my aunt owned the church. Rest in peace, aunt died. I called her Aunt Pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was the first one that gave her that name, Aunt Pastor. And basically, like, you know what I'm saying, just watching the preachers and the people that ran the church and how they was living, you know what I'm saying, the cars they were driving, the houses they was living in, the schools their kids was going to. And then I look at somebody like my great-grandma that go to church every day. Bible study, choir rehearsal, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Saturday night school, Sunday school, everything. And she's struggling. She living in the hood. Like my whole life, I remember my great grandma living in the hood. And I just started seeing like, I was just seeing like the people that was up, that was preaching the word, was living good, but people that was like dependent on God was the one that was poor. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, I believe in God. I definitely believe in God, but I also believe in, you got to go out here and go get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna keep here and just sit here and listen to somebody preach and I want heaven now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to live a life right now to hope I get into heaven. I don't know if you get into heaven or I'll get into heaven, but I'm finna try to figure out how to get heaven right now and still try to please God. You know what I'm saying? So it started right there. That was the first thing where it started.
Okay.
All right.
For sure. So try to get that heaven on earth while you're here, huh?
Right, yeah.
Most definitely. And that definitely makes sense for sure, man. So, so it all started like you instantly wanted to start cooking?
Well, I wanted to start cooking like younger than that, like kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, my first love was music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my Uncle Ronnie bought my first drums. He got me a grown-up pair of drums. I don't know if it's called a pair of drums or a drum set. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I remember I was 5 years old. He got me some drums, like to sing in the choir. So I was always like musically talented. Like, that was my first love. And then the cooking kind of came, like being in the kitchen with my mom. I remember she used to make, when we lived in Germany, she used to make peanut butter cookies, you know what I'm saying? So she used to let me lick the bowl or mix the bowl and things like that.
Yeah.
And I used to just remember the smell of the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? Just watching my mama cook in the kitchen, Like everybody that I remember as a child cooked. My mom, my grandma, my great-grandma, my dad, so my biological dad, So I just fell in love with art, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that I can create from scratch, I fell in love with that, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the entrepreneurial spirit came from, just like, damn, I can make this, I can create this and put this together and make it look like this, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of made me want to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know the word for it back then though,
Most definitely. And then like being able to share your creativity ability as well as like other people too, was that a big thing for you?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Like I just knew, I knew I was gifted as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like I was gifted without really trying to be gifted, you know what I'm saying? And my mama told me, she was like, I remember when you was in first grade and you used to come home with like drawings, you know what I'm saying? Like the other kids would draw like little stick people, but I drew like the actual body, you know what I'm saying? It's like spelling bees. I won spelling bee. I used to come home with like, back in the day they used to have this can of popcorn and they had like the caramel, the cheddar and the regular popcorn and whoever win the spell. I used to come home all the time from winning awards and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I tried, played basketball. Everything I tried I was good at because I was just like very competitive, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be good in something. And I guess I felt like I wanted the attention from my mom and attention from whoever I love. So the only way to get attention from somebody, you gotta be good at something. You know what I'm saying? So everything I did, I try to be great at it,
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all gotta excuse me too, man. It's cold as a bitch out here, man. So I know might run out of this bitch or shit, I'm gonna keep changing my position.
If they told you that it was always hot in Florida, The Lion.
That's a lie.
It gets cold down here too. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
maybe in Miami, Key West, but not at Tampa area.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on, y'all.
We got a party foul.
Yeah, the wind is trying to.
We might throw that in there though. You know what I'm saying? The camera almost damn near fell over. You know? You know, the crazy thing is I threw an ankle weight on here too, just thinking, hey dog, you know, it's real windy out here. We got to be able to hold it down. I'm gonna throw the ankle weights on there so my camera can get a workout.
We need a barbell on this bitch.
Put the 45-pound plate on
What's
it.
going on, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Hey,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Raw and Uncut podcast, man. Raw and Uncut. Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, man. You know, the people out here showing us love, man. Always like to show love back. Most definitely, man. Yeah, but dog, it's cold out here for real, man. But
Yeah, man. So I don't know how I'm gonna be sitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move around a few times, man. You feel me?
you gotta do what you gotta do, though.
So-
You know what I'm saying, man? So I know you said you started off with like the music too. So tell me a little bit about the music, how that got going as well.
All right, so when I used to go to church, I used to watch my cousin Leander, my cousin June, my other cousin June. They played drums, and I used to goddamn when they had like choir practice and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 5 years old, bro, like 4, 5 years old. I used to go in there and I'm playing the drums. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how good I was, but they let me play it. You know what I'm saying? So my uncle, like I said, my uncle Ronnie bought me a pair of drum set. I be in there beating them. My mama got rid of my drum set. Eventually, I'm in there beating them up. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's like they put me in the choir.
Yeah.
And my cousin Crystal used to be a lead singer, and I used to be a lead singer. And I don't know, because we was like kind of like out of my great grandkids, like Leander was the oldest, Crystal was the second oldest, and I was the third oldest. So I don't know. That's why they made me a lead singer, because we was like kind of older than our other cousins. But I started out doing that. And I could sing for a while, you know what I'm saying? And I sung all the way up until like I was 12 years old. And then once I got like 12 years old, I think I kind of like, my voice kind of get like raspy, a little bit raspy. My voice still ain't that deep, but
Right.
it was raspier, you know what I'm saying? And I fell in love with rap music. But before that, I played trombone. I tried to play trombone. I played cello. I tried different instruments, you feel
Okay.
me? But I fell in love with actual performing. And the song, what's the name of the song? That Thing by Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
That's the song that made me want to be a rapper. That was the very first rap song that I knew word for word.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to Lauryn Hill.
She's the one who got it all started. Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite artist. One of my favorite artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the first song that you made that really made you get noticed, you would say?
As a rapper?
Yeah.
That's a good. Oh, I had that song called "I'm a Country Boy with Country Ways." I don't even remember that shit, but I was 19. I'm a country boy with country way. That's a song that I got signed. So, when I had left Atlanta, I had moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I had my play cousin, a girl named Martina. She was dating this dude named DJ Unique. You know, so me and her used to call each other cousins. So she was dating him. He was a DJ. He DJed for a lot of different people. Like he was from New York, but he lived in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? So he was DJ for like Yin Yang Twins, like DJ Unk, like all different kind of rappers that was popping around that time.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because I was talented or because he's like my cousin, but my cousin was like, you know, my cousin's named Georgia Boy. Everybody called me Georgia Boy when I moved to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, my cousin Georgia Boy, he can rap. So he was like, well, put him on the phone. So he got on the phone and got them. I rap one of my verses on the phone to him. He was like, oh, that shit dope. And then he started telling me about all these rappers he know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if he was telling the truth or not, but as he started coming over there, he started like taking me on the road with him and like taking him to different clubs he was doing in Charlotte. And I was getting in with him, you know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to be like behind a DJ booth, kind of like see the club. And I'm 18, 19 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to see it from that perspective, you know, from the DJ perspective or whatever. And I'll never forget one time he had a new chopper for making the band. And his phone had rung one time, and I had answered the phone, and I was like, "Hello." He like, DJ. He had like a New Orleans voice, like, "Yeah, what's up, Water?" He like, yeah, something like,
New Orleans
"What's up, Water?" You know what I'm saying? Like, speak to DJ you need, some shit like that. And I was like, "Who this?" He like, "Chopper." I was like, "Oh shit!" This is my first time answering the phone. Fucking celebrity on the phone.
Right.
And I was like, "Chopper on the phone." Get on the phone. He like, "Yo." You know, I'm about to be the first artist with Bad Boy South, because he was making the band at first.
Okay.
And then, you know, whatever happened with that shit, and P. Diddy made him the first artist with Bad Boy South when he created Bad Boy South. And he's like, I just got signed Bad Boy South. I want you to go on the road with me to be my DJ. DJ Unique plugged me in, you know what I'm saying? So we had a show, and my very first show was in Johnson City, Tennessee. And Chopper was performing, and I was opening up for Chopper. You know what I'm saying? And that was my very first show, and I recorded the music. We live in the North Charlotte on Belmont Street, you know what I'm saying? I recorded it with like a mic like this, on a fucking, I don't know if it was a tape recorder, but I had the DJ equipment and like a tape recorder. I recorded it like raw, no studio, recorded it to a CD. And that's how I performed that shit, bro. Okay. And that's the day I got signed in Johnson City, Tennessee by a record label called JKA Records.
Okay.
Just from that shit, bro. That's how fast it happened.
That's crazy. That just goes to show you your life can really just change overnight, man.
Overnight, just literally.
Stick to it, keep grinding, put yourself out there, and just do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do, man.
Literally, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody always waiting for the perfect time, like, oh, I ain't got a studio. Man, fuck it if I ain't got a studio. I'm gonna figure out what I got. This nigga had 2 turntables in that motherfucker. He had instrumentals, and I'm playing the instrumental. This is back when you had the records. Not the CD, but the actual vinyls. And I'm playing the beat. The microphone hooked up to the mixer, and I recorded on I can't remember if it was a tape player or a CD player or something I recorded on, and I recorded my very first songs like that. I think I recorded songs before that at home in Georgia or whatever, but that was like the first song that I put out that, you know what I'm saying? And I recorded it to like a Crime Mob beat, or it was somebody that was already on. Yeah. And then when I got signed to the label JKA Records in Tennessee, we remade that song. And shout out to Symphony, my boy Symphony, he remade the beat to my song, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first single, Country Boy with Country Ways.
Okay. Country Boy with Country Ways, you said?
Yeah, Country Boy with Country Ways.
Okay, so y'all can go ahead and check that out. Country Boy with Country Ways by the Georgia Boy. Yeah,
Georgia Boy, Lil Soldier. My name was Lil Soldier at first.
Okay.
They called me Georgia Boy, my name was Lil Soldier. Then Soldier Boy came out with that, you! So when everybody heard this nigga on the radio, they were calling it, bro, I heard you on the radio. So I'm thinking Country Boy with Country Ways on the radio. Nah, I got that Soldier Boy up in there. Oh. Yeah. And so I had to change my name. So I had on a shirt that said Georgia Boy, Lil Soldier. It was in a goddamn hotel. And Chopper was like, man, you know what your name should be? And I like, what? He like, what that say on your shirt? And I like Georgia Boy. He like Georgia Boy, Lil Soldier. And that's how I came up with the Georgia Boy, Lil Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, Chopper. Shout out to my boy Chopper, man.
Okay.
Chopper kind of changed my life. Him and DJ Unique for, you know, not financially, but, you know, like, they got me in the game. You know what I'm saying?
The opportunity.
The opportunity, yeah, for sure.
Let's get your foot through the door, man. And that's the thing. Whenever you do have that opportunity, you know, get your foot through the door, and you just got to go full throttle. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
Take those opportunities and run with them. Make the most out of them.
Yeah. Don't be scared, man. You got to know what you want to do. I always knew I was going to be successful. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad always say, like, you can't be a rapper. It's a million people trying to be a rapper. I'm tired of motherfucker tell me what I can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? I guess, like, everything in life I was good at, but I feel like I didn't get the support that I wanted from my parents. You know what I'm saying? Every time I talk about this with my mom, we argue about it. She's like, but now that I realize now, mama was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably was younger than I am right now back then, you know? So maybe she didn't know any better, but I just didn't get the support that I wanted, you know what I'm saying? So I was like rebellious. I quit school. I quit going to church. I quit doing whatever the fuck somebody tell me what to do. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do. So my life was a little bit harder, but my life was more exciting than the average person. You know what I'm saying? Because I went out there and I wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went for what I wanted. Right. And I didn't mind sleeping outside. I didn't mind sleeping in the trap. I didn't mind being broke. I didn't mind whatever the fuck I had to go through. It was times I was on the road. I ain't have no money. Didn't know how I was going to eat. Didn't know how I was going to get the city to city. But nigga, I'm going for my dreams. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit you got to go through as being an entrepreneur. And that was my first hustle. I was already like, I had the gift of gab and I was charming. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have no playbook, you know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't tell me how to do it. I just did what I felt was natural, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. And did you take that same drive and just convert it straight into cooking? Like, really like with that same mentality, you're just like kind of like, fuck what everybody else is thinking, fuck what everybody else is doing. I'm doing that shit my way or the highway.
Highway. I did that because as a rapper, man, so as been a rapper and been in the industry, if you ever been in the industry, man, it's gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's phony as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, they rather give you jewelry and clothes and cars and other shit than give you money. They, you know what I'm saying? It's just like real shady and shit. You gotta be such a character. I like a lot of niggas I've seen on TV, right? This is what changed my perspective about the rap game. A lot of niggas, I'm not gonna say too many, I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but just in the era when the Trailvilles and the crime mobs and the Pastor Troys and the fucking just in that era, Lil Scrappy, like all back in that era, whoever was out around that time, you know what I'm saying? I met a lot of rappers that was out during that time, and when you see them on TV, you know what I'm saying? Like, they bigger than life, especially when you ain't never met a motherfucker, right? They cars, they jewelry, they houses. But when I started meeting these niggas in person, bro, and I seen like, nigga, I was really in the trap. Like, I remember Chopper used to tell me like, I remember I was in North Charlotte, like in the trap selling dope, and then he'd call me, we go on the road, you know what I'm saying, like around real robbers and real killers and wherever I was at, you know what I'm saying? He was like, bruh, you gotta stop being around that type of shit right now. You finna be on another level, you know what I'm saying? And it's like me coming from that and then going on a road with rappers and celebrities, and these niggas is nothing like they rap about.